Hey guys, Vilisink, back again with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we are still on this frag hunt type of thing. We get Kreela and we get somebody else. And the stipulation is we do Spider, but we only use the Telerian Alliance. So we're going to look through these four factions and see if there's any champions that are actually going to Spider. There is a few. There's the possibility of a few teams. Might be a little bit more difficult because you'll be using different champions. But nonetheless, there is still some good champions in every faction. So we won't waste any time. We're going to jump straight in to Banner Lords. We're going to talk about Septimus. Now I have Septimus. He's in my Spider 20 team. And he hits like an absolute truck. Ignores shield, ignores block damage. Enemy max HP. Behead is effectively a good way to clear waves. Passive, each hit has a 30% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs. Damage inflicted by each attack increases by 30% if the enemy's current HP is over 50%. So if he goes first or second in the Spider team as far as your damage dealers goes, he is going to do exceptionally well, and he has an ally attack in all battles aura of 23%. There is Lord Chamfor. I know he has he gives himself a shield, but is he potentially somebody that could tank? I really haven't used him enough. He does have a great 50% HP aura. We have a Provoker in Sigmund. A provoke debuff, so the Spiderlings could be controlled if you needed some type of protection, if you're using that type of strat. His A3 also puts up a shield, viable to use. Helior I'm not really familiar with. If you're looking for a Raglan, again, maybe not the best, but it's a 2-turn revive. So if you have a champ from a different faction with a shield, she'll give you some turn meter boost. She will remove all debuffs. She will cleanse the poisons, as well as reviving you with almost full HP and a full turn meter, so you go next on a 2-turn cooldown when you book it. As far as the epics go, we do have Stagnite, decreased defense, decreased attack. I use him in my Spider 20 team. Gizcard could also be used, or Sala could potentially be a reviver. Seneschal has a provoke. I'm not sure if Archmage is really who we're looking for. Is Warcaster who I think he is? He has the zone of, I mean, block damage for 1 turn can help you if you needed to use him. As far as rares go, there isn't any that come to mind that I would build for Spider. But Warcaster or Sala for a reviver. Gizcard, Stag. Stag is fantastic. Seneschal has a provoke as well, as I said. So there is a few in this faction that you could potentially use. I might be missing a few out, but obviously be aware I haven't used all these champions. A lot of factions, if they're legendary, I'm missing out. So let's just jump on in. High Elves also. Some pretty decent champions. Elenaro, Poison Explosion. She holds the record, I think, for 989 seconds. Spider 20, and I believe it was Scratch. You had a couple of Taurus, a Flesh Tear to extend the poisons, and then Elenaro exploded them, and one-shot the Spider. So she is a very viable candidate for that. Lysandra, if you want the Spider to not take a turn, if you have to maybe put up a shield, so you want the turn meter reduced, so you can get back to your nuker if it's going to take several hits. Her A2 will deplete the turn meter. I used her along with Nethril, Miscreated Monster, Stag and a nuker, and I effectively did not let the Spider take a turn and just killed the Spider. I've also done it with HP as well, and if the Spider will not take a turn, obviously the HP burn debuff is not going to fall off. So also increase speed of all your allies while filling your turn meter by 30% and decreasing the turn meter of all enemies, so that includes spiderlings. Lysandra is great for spider. I mean, if you're earlier, you could use a nuker, but if you're kind of progressing on a bit, you will need a little bit of control, a bit of security. Bellinor, I've seen him do a lot of damage. I know he hits really hard, but haven't used him. But I've seen him like almost 5 million damage. A viable candidate. Arbiter could also be a revive, so give you a turn meter, give you some HP. But in the epics, Tyrell could be your decrease attack, I think, if you wanted it. Does he do decreased defense as well, or is it just the one? Decreased. So Singing Steel, yes. You could then take the world famous Royal Guard. Royal Guard, also in my Spider 20 team. I used him all the way up apart from 19 just because of affinity. But he will do takedown, and if you build him correctly, it's over 3 million damage. Mine is built more for dungeons in a sense, not just primarily Spider. And also I maybe want to take him into Doom Tower, but I plan to change that build, so I may have a Royal Guard video coming pretty soon. Royal Guard, very viable. 4 hit on the A3, decreased speed, decreased defense on the A1, which is quite nice. Thanazel if you need a healer. Fergus if you need a carry. Battle Sage if you need to get a cleanse. Apothecary if you need a heal as well. A crit heal if you give him crit rate is really good. Reliquary Tender is the same, she'll revive, she'll strip all debuffs. She is a pretty good rare champion. So High Elves, we do have some champions that can help you in Spider. Again, if you're 1 to 13, 1 to 12 on the stages, you're going to nuke your way past, but otherwise you're going to need some control. Roskar the Tower, the very first Lego here we see, does block damage. He's a high HP champion, so you can build him high HP, you can put him in a shield set, and he will help you stay alive. Cardial, revive on death, pretty good champion. I'm not sure his viability is Spider though. Abestico Spiderlings, Martyrs counter attack, but I think one of the best ones here. Venus has HP burn, decreased defense and weaken, and AoE, so Venus could burn the spider down if you have to, or she can aid in that process. And we also have Sir Nick, the first ever fusion. Somebody to this day that is still ridiculously strong. I would love a Sir Nick. He puts up unkillable, continuous heal buffs, gives a shield, I think it's based off of damage. Yeah, he also put a freeze debuff on 1 turn on an enemy. Not going to help in the spider. But again, we have several champions there that will help you through. Roskard, Sir Nick, Venus, if you happen to have them. If we go to epics, Kyness is kind of crap. Nope. I mean, Sanguinia's a good cleanser, but I'm not sure, unless you needed a cleanser, that you would take her in. Godseeker Aniri is a very good carry down at the bottom, but probably the best one, if you have Mordecai, build a team around Mordecai. So you get a shield champion, you can take in a turn meter manipulation champion, you can take in your decreased defense if you wanted to, or stun, CC, whatever. Mordecai will single-handedly kill this spider. There's loads of videos, he is as good as you think he is. Purgatory tries to decrease the turn meter by 10%, 60% chance instead of 30 if there's a HP burn debuff active, which is cool because that's the first thing he does. He puts HP burn on all enemies, and remember, if the spiderlings burn, the mother spider will burn. Increase attack buff on all allies for 3 turns, and he decreases turn meter by 15% while giving you a turn meter fill, the same as Lysandra. So effectively, if you're looking at Sacred Order, Mordecai, if you can support him will absolutely kill this spider, no questions asked. Rares, I'm just not going to go into that. We'll just throw up a little bit of notice. You maybe don't have this champion. And he needs a better sword. I mean, come on. But Armiger is kind of famous for it. Stew Gaming, Cold Brew Gaming. I think some other CCs have used him. He can, if you give him crit rate, he will decrease turn rate by 30% on each time you use this. So with the AI, you could have Armiger maybe just going in, decreasing turn meter continuously while somebody else does damage. Or you can use Lay to Rest, which has block revive, but this is his enemy max HP hit, which can do 2, 3, 400,000. It's not too bad. He is for an uncommon. He is well known at being a spider killer. So Barbarians is the last one we're looking at. And we have Syl, who you can put in a stun set, keep the spiderlings at bay. Kantra can be a tank, builder, high HP, more defense, enough HP, resistance, so she will, or is it lower defense? Try to remember. But you will need resistance, so she'll take the damage. She will not take the poison debuff. There's many videos on Kantra, really good. Elder Scarred, not too sure in all fairness. Valkyrie, massive shield. If you need a shield, she will keep you alive. We can mention to Hanarak as well, or to Hanarak. She has a debuff spread, so if you go in with a HP burn, she will spread it to everybody, and everybody's going to die. Ridiculously strong, taking 2 random debuffs from the target and placing them on all allies. So if you plan accordingly, you have HP burn, decreased defense, whatever debuffs you need. To Hanarak single-handedly can spread them to all spiderlings. The mother spider, she will give you increased defense, increased speed, 2 very, very good buffs. She is a void Lego. That's the only thing, so it's very difficult to have that champion. Epics, we're looking at... I mean, Sky Touch is okay. I think in the Spider, if you need her potentially, she could give you like the Revival on Death for a bit of sustainability. If you're a bit earlier, High Katun is really good. Armina decreased defense could maybe be okay, depending on where you are. But I really don't see anybody else that I've used in the Epic Barbarians. When it comes to rare, I think there's probably 1 or 2. I mean, War Maiden, the Queen of Decreased Defense for rares. 100% chance AOB decreased defense. I still use her to this day. She's fantastic. We could also have Soulbound Boyer as a potential damage champion if you wanted to use her. As far as uncommons go, I have seen, this is maybe not what you're going to have, but I've seen Stu Gaming use Zephyr Sniper, Dervish, all these kind of uncommon champions, but it's unlikely you'll have them built. But Shield Guard obviously can do a bit of a whack. I think, guys, that kind of covers it. So there is enough champions in Banner Lords, High Elves, Sacred Order, and Barbarians to kill the spider. It might just depend on the level you're at, the gear you have, the stage you're going to be doing it on. But if you can do that, you can get yourself, I believe it's gems or money, silver, and you're going to get some more of Krila Witch Arm. And let's just quickly check, so we'll show you guys who is going to be. So we've got this one, just your fusion near misses, so you can get Krila Witch Arm, Yoshi the Drunkard. That is the Telerian Alliance. So I think that pretty much covers it. There is enough champions to get yourself a team, beat it down to gear, position, the stage. But guys, that kind of covers it. Wanted to go over the champions that you could potentially use to do this. I might try put a team together to show you it in action. But I appreciate you watching. When you stay safe, keep raiding. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.